avocado, pear, and the citruses. Those are very, very vital for our health. They are very nutritious and they are very medicinal. All their parts. Before I start, I also want to introduce you to 4 little books I have written to familiarize our people with medicinal herbs, including foods and spices, shrubs and fruit trees. In the US here, all the 4 books cost altogether $20, $5 each. And the postage within the US is about $20. So it all comes to about $40. But what is inside those books is worth $1,000. If you want to get it in Nigeria, from any part of Africa, let me give you the phone number you need to call so that you can order the 4 books together. They are very simple, but they are very useful. Are we ready for the number?
Yes, sir.
+1 +1. Oh, look at me. I'm giving my US number, which is wrong. Let me give the Nigerian number. +234 806 533 1226. I repeat, +234 806 533 1226. And the name of the person to contact is Chidi, Chidi, Chidi. Once you phone him and you tell him you need the 4 books, he will tell you the conditions and the payment, and you can get those 4 books. They are practical books from which you can identify many plants around you and use them effectively. Most of the things which we have in the CAMP-AGGAMMAL formula, CAMP-AGGAMMAL formula, are in the books. Okay, with that said, I want us to go to our platform. I've already put the 4 things we are going to study today there. I've put the videos there. If you look at your platform, the first one there, have you seen any new things there? You will see how to plant avocado. Please interact with me so that I may know we are on the same page. Hello?
Yes, it's there.
Yes, sir, we
Avocado.
are with you.
Okay, if you can open it. If you can open that video.
That you could start with a store-bought avocado seed and wind up with avocados. The first method takes.
Now you can see that man holding an avocado fruit. Are we there? See him holding that pot, a plastic pot with holes under, so that water can drain through the soil easily. You are going to put soil in that container, and you are going to water it. That is the substrate in which the avocado seed is going to be sown initially. Well, he wants to use artificial fertilizer, but we are not going to use artificial fertilizer. We know already how to make humus or how to make compost. That is the seed of the avocado, brown there. That seed looks like a triangle, and the flat base is what you are going to put in the soil, whilst the apex will point out. As I said, we are not going to use artificial fertilizer. You don't need it. You only need your humus soil. Okay. He's putting the soil loosely into the pot. Don't pack the soil. Don't press on it. Just let it be loose so that water and air can go through easily. Now that is a very rich organic soil that you should use. Look at him holding that seed. You use the concave bottom side into the soil, and you allow the narrow apex to stand out of the soil. You will see how he will place it in that pot. You see, the roots will grow from that point. Make a hole in the soil, and don't bury the seed completely. Let it go in about 2/3. And just water it. He is still going to add artificial fertilizer. You don't need that. You don't need it. Now, that seed is going to germinate. It will send roots down there. There you are. It has grown into a small seedling. Oh, sorry, it will germinate soon, but there's another standing there, which is a small seedling already. The roots will grow down, and a little shoot will come up within a few weeks. In fact, even within 2 weeks, you will find a shoot coming out. This is another method of using those pins to suspend the seed in water. It will also develop roots, but I prefer the method of using soil directly. This will also develop roots and develop a shoot. See, you can do this planting even in the city, just behind your house. You don't need to have a large land. You can use a large pot for the permanent planting, and you can also transfer it later into the soil on the ground. Avocado takes many, many years to flower and fructify. But I'm going to teach a method that will let your tree fructify even within 3 years instead of 9 years. And that method is called grafting. Okay, you can see that what is holding has already germinated. As it grows to about 1.5 feet or 2 feet, you will have to transfer the whole plant into a bigger pot that will accommodate the root system. You see, for this plant not to grow like a telephone pole, but rather to grow in a roundish top like a bush, having branches, you have to prune it. The pruning is cutting off the growing point at the top. You can see what he has done. As soon as you do that, the hormonal system, the auxins in the plant, will cause branches to grow. And you see, when you have your tree having many branches, you are going to have many fruits later on. You can actually cut off the whole top so that many branches may grow. Just leave a few leaves to continue with photosynthesis. And you are going to have your young plant producing branches. Your aim is to produce a short plant that has many branches. Now you are going to transfer this young plant into a bigger container so that the root system may grow easier. Remember, the bottom must be porous so that water can drain through. Now we are transferring the plant into a bigger bowl. What you do is to use this pattern bowl to make a hole in the bigger bowl, and you transfer the plant into the bigger bowl. You water it. If it is not coming out easily, you are able to cut that plastic easily and bring out the plant with the soil attached to it. Again, since we are growing our things organically, you don't need to add any artificial fertilizer. Just add good humus. Don't add that fertilizer. You can see that in trying to add the fertilizer, he is going around the periphery because that fertilizer should not touch the plant. It will kill the plant. We don't need the artificial fertilizer. You need your humus or your compost. As the plant grows bigger, you continue to transfer to bigger bowls. But finally, you are going to plant that thing on your ground in the soil at the back of your house so that it will be a permanent place where it will grow. Only one plant of avocado is enough for your backyard, and it will last decades. I have a plant on my compound that has been there for over 40 years, and it is still producing fruit for me. So avocado is one of the best plants, fruit trees to plant. I will soon tell you many of the things it does, and you will love to have it at the back of your house. Now, he's going to go through the process that will make the plant yield in only 3 years. And that is grafting. Grafting, Grafting. Grafting is an agricultural method of transferring a plant species of advantage onto a stock so that you blend the two plants together, and then the top, which is the advantageous plant you want, will begin to produce fruits and will do so in a very short time. So what you do is to find a mature flowering and fruiting avocado tree and cut a young branch, a very young branch of that mature tree, about 1 foot in length. Then you make a V shape at the cut end. You cut one side diagonally and cut the other opposite side diagonally so that the end forms a V. Then you go to the seedling you have planted from your seed and cut off the top of the plant so that you have only about 1 foot of it sticking. Then you slit the top of that young plant, you slit the top where you have cut into two. Just slit it down about 1 inch. Then the V shape you have made from the cut branch from the mature tree is inserted into that slit. That means you are joining one plant to another. For it to stand and blend, you see he's cutting the young thing. For it to blend, you can see it. You are going to use sellotape to bind the two plants together. You can see him making the V. That's the V shape from the plant, the branch you have got from the mature tree. Now you see him also putting it in the slit on the seedling you have grown. He has already tied a sellotape to bind the two together. And what he's doing is to cover the whole thing with that bag to create a microclimate, a humid climate that will let the two plants blend together. They are going to form one plant. Can you see? The top that is now growing into another plant with leaves is no more your seedling, but it's rather having the characteristics of the mature tree from which you cut that top and it's going to bear the genetical properties of that mature tree whose properties you liked. There are two things that are going to happen. Because the growing point is from an already mature tree, it will take a few years to flower and produce fruits, reducing it from about 9 years to only 3 years. If you continue to cut the top, pruning the top, it will begin to branch and form many more branches. And later you will transfer to your real permanent site. And within 3 years, you have your avocado fruits. Experiment it, you'll be surprised that within 3 years, you'll be eating very delicious avocado. Now, while she's still speaking, let me tell you some of the advantages of growing avocado. Every part of that tree, including the fruits and even the seed inside the fruit, are very important nutritively and medicinally. Avocado leaves are good for blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, inflammation, wounds, and so on. That is not all. The fruit itself is good for all parts of the body because it is rich in minerals and vitamins. It is good for eyesight. The fiber in it helps both digestion and bowel movement. That is not all. It is rich in omega-3 fatty acids that are antioxidants and will combat tumors and cancer in the body. It is good for hair growth. It is also good for the skin diseases. It is good for rejuvenation of the body so that a person looks youthful. The skin is toned. There are so many advantages of the fruit. Now let's come quickly to the seed. That seed is powerfully anti-cancer. If you take that seed and you turn it upside down so that the big end looks up and the tapering end looks down, it tells you a certain shape in the body. Not only does it look like the heart, but it also looks exactly like the male prostate organ. The prostate organ is in the reproductive system of the male. And as a person grows older, it begins to have some disorder. It can be enlarged. And when it is enlarged, it presses upon the urethra from which we urinate and can cause a lot of difficulties and even death later on. It can also develop, that prostate can develop into cancer. And one of the best medicines for treating prostate enlargement and cancer is that seed of the avocado. All you need to do is to dry it, pulverize it, and use it as tea continuously, and all the swellings and any cancer present will be healed. It needs patience, it needs consistency in the use, and the result will definitely come out. So I recommend that you plant at least one tree of avocado behind your house. It will be a real hospital for you. Let's go on to another fruit tree, guava. Look on your platform and go to the video on guava. Guava is also a very, very important plant that you can grow easily behind your house. The seeds of guava are very, very tiny, about 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters at most. Very tiny. And those seeds are arranged. If you cut the guava into two vertically, the seeds are arranged at the periphery. You can see how he has cut it. You carefully remove the pulp and the seeds, and you put the seeds into a flat container, add water, wash the seeds, and put the washed seeds on tissue paper to dry them. Do the drying of the seeds twice. And if you like, you can leave the seeds for about 2 days to dry very well. Then you take a very, very small type of plastic container, not more than about 2 inches deep. You can see that container, very small plastic. Cut some tissue paper and make it a substrate inside at the bottom. Put about 8 seeds on top of that paper. Then put another paper on top of the seeds so that the seeds are sandwiched between 2 papers. And then water. You can see him putting the second paper. You see, you are doing a miniature burial of the seeds. It's as if you have put the seeds in the soil to germinate. He's adding water, and put the whole of that plastic in a warm place. So the seeds will think they are in the soil, cover everything, put that thing in a warm place, and in a few days, you see, the seeds will germinate. They are very delicate. Carefully remove each one of those germinated seeds and plant them in a pot containing rich soil. In a few days, they will grow to about 3 inches. And then you are going to transfer them into individual pots gradually. You can see how delicate that seedling is. He's going to transfer those into soil now. You see, make just little tiny holes. Put the radicle or the root inside and let the tiny shoot stand out. Water everything. Don't make it too damp. It needs careful transfer. After 16 days, well, Eddie told you a lot about what he's doing now. But let me tell you, this plant is extremely important for you because the guava fruit is one special fruit for convalescing people who are convalescing from diseases, because it's so rich in vitamin C and A. And vitamin C is so important for healing. Vitamin A is so rich for your eyes. And then the fruit itself serves like a laxative and will help bowel movement. Remember that bowel movement is important to prevent chronic diseases. Okay, you can see how those tiny, delicate things are now growing, having green leaves. You are now going to transfer this very soon. See how beautifully they are growing? The leaves are already showing characteristics of a real guava tree. Incidentally, the same type of grafting we did for avocado can be done for guava trees, so that you may have your guava developing flowers and fruits in a far shorter time than the normal. Learn to practice grafting. You can read more about grafting yourself. Now, for you to take out that seedling, you have to water the whole pot so that the roots can come out easily. He is transferring them individually into growing bags. Those ones will grow there for some time before you finally transfer into your permanent site. You have to be watering from time to time to make sure they don't go dry. But don't overwater them. The bag itself should be in such a way that water can go through. Now you are going to bring that bag into real soil now and remove the bags. There you are. You are now tearing the bag off. That plant is going to be in its permanent position now. Make sure that the soil is rich, porous, and you water everything. Now, the leaves of the leaves of the guava tree are extremely medicinal. They are antibiotic, they are antiviral, they are antifungal. Because of those properties, they are used often together with the leaves of mango in treating both men and women who may have reproductive disorders. Many reproductive disorders are caused by infections. And these two plants, mango and guava leaves, are very effective in treating those infections. And once the infections go away, the couple are able to have their children. So that is very important for reproduction. But that is not all. Both of them are anti-cancer, anti-tumor. Both of them are anti-malaria. That is not all. They deal with blood pressure, regulate blood pressure, and deal with blood sugar, diabetes. They are anti-cancer. You will find many more properties in those books I have recommended to you. But of course, you can also go to the internet and find the advantages of these two wonderful plants. We will go now to the mango. Let's see how you can easily plant mango tree at the back of the house. You need only one and one of these plants. You don't need too many of them. Fortunately, they mature and produce their fruits at different times so that in the year, you may have different things coming up at different times. Shall we go through the video on mango? Now, you grow the mango from the hard seed. Every mango fruit has only one large seed. The seed has a hard cover. And for you to encourage the germination, you have to use either a knife or something sharp to slit the side of that seed and bring out the kernel. The kernel consists of cotyledons that supply nutrition to the growing seed. You can see the person removing everything, leaving the kernel alone. Now you get a very good pot with good soil, and then you wrap the seed with a wet cloth or wet tissue. And you put the whole thing You see, because of the wet tissue, the thing has already developed roots. You are now going to transfer that seed, which has germinated roots and a small shoot, into a little pit you have created in the soil. Now, mango grows very easily. In fact, even if you don't do all this and you just leave it on the ground and it gets enough water and warmth, it will germinate. Again, like the guava and the avocado, as it is growing, you can do the grafting so that you have the desired fruits you want in as short time as possible. That's it germinating already. Remember the pruning. As you prune the top, branches are formed, and from the many branches, you have many fruits coming out. The juice of the mango is very rich in vitamins, particularly vitamins A and C. The mango is very good for eyesight. In fact, if you eat mangoes, papaya, citrus, any type of citrus, and carrots regularly, your eyesight will improve right into your old age. And you will avoid cataracts and all types of things. That is simply how to germinate mango and have your fruit. Now, the last one we want to consider today is citrus. But let me tell you something about that mango seed. If you don't want to plant it, but you want to use that seed medicinally, just pulverize the seed, dry the seed, pulverize it, and you can use it for hemorrhoids. You can use that pulverized seed for hemorrhoids. Google about it and learn more about that. Let's go to citrus. There are so many varieties of citrus. You have sweet orange, you have grapefruit, you have lemons, you have tangerines, you have tangelo, you have lime, but the method of growing them is the same. Now that woman is going to demonstrate how to grow citrus. Citrus is extremely rich in vitamin C and in many minerals that are needed by the body. Vitamin C, vitamin A, calcium, magnesium, potassium, iron, copper, so many things. Citrus is a laxative. Citrus is a cleanser. Both the fruit and the leaves are very useful medicinally. I have described all of them in one of my books here. Their medicinal uses. The rind, the cover of the fruit, contains what we call pectin, which is anti-cancer. So you can dry the rind you throw away when you peel it. You can dry it, pulverize it, use it as tea, and you are using something which is anti-cancer, anti-tumor. Again, the method of growing it is just like what we did for mango, guava, and avocado. You germinate the seeds, and they are very easy to comply to grafting too. If you listen carefully to all that is said in the video, you can follow step by step and grow a few trees at your backyard. Why not one orange, sweet orange, one lime, one lemon. Lemon particularly is a cleanser that will keep your body very healthy if you take it every morning. I want to warn you about grapefruit. If you are a person that takes orthodox medicine very often, that is artificial tablets, I will advise you greatly not to take grapefruits at all, because grapefruit has got a substance in it that keeps most artificial drugs permanently in the blood, and those drugs are not easily excreted from the body. And when those drugs accumulate in your blood system, your body can be poisoned by the, after effect of the drugs. So if you know you regularly take tablets, artificial ones, and not natural medicine, please, in spite of the good effect of the properties of grapefruit, don't take it. The reaction can be very, very disastrous. But you can take all other forms of citrus. But if you live organically and you don't take artificial drugs, particularly statins, grapefruit is also a very good fruit for your health. I'm going to stop here today, and I'm going to ask you to ask questions over what we have just studied. Next week, I want us to begin to think about small farm animals and how the CAMP-AGGAMMAL formula can help you to raise them. Any questions? Hello?
One comment about grafting.
Okay.
It's possible to graft different species of mangoes.
Oh, yeah, correct. Actually, what you are saying is extremely true, because you see, you can get advantages advantages from what you want. That's why I said the top. The top is what decides the fruit that will come out. The stalk is what you germinated from your seed. But if you want large mangoes or sweet mangoes, or whatever type you want, it is what you bring to the stalk from a mature plant which you like that will determine the product.
And I believe the same is true of citrus.
The same is true of every of the plants we have discussed.
So one can start with a lemon, but graft.
Graft with sweet orange, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. In fact, you can even start with very sour citrus. And then graft it with tangerine or with tangelo, whatever. But the one you are going to use to graft should be the tender, young tip of a branch of the mature tree you want.
Mm-hmm.
Am I making myself clear? Don't use the hard part of that mature tree whose qualities you want. Use the tender, terminal 1 foot of a branch. You prune off the leaves. You are left with only the stick. And at the distal end, you make a V shape that will fit into a slit of your stalk.
Thank you, Brother Mike. Thank you also for the warning about grapefruit.
Yes.
I think I don't know if it's available in other countries, but the Five Alive.
Yeah,
which contains
Five Alive.
different, yes, which contains different fruit.
Yeah,
Grapefruit
that
is
can be
one
very
of them.
tricky. Mm-hmm.
Yes, grapefruit is among it, so that should be avoided too.
Actually, it can cause serious trouble. I have seen people who have mistakenly drank the thing and the whole of their body reacted, their mouth swelled, their teeth were almost coming out. The inside of the mouth became very sore. They had all types of fever because the body was reacting to accumulated poisons from drugs.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Any other comments or questions on fruit trees? Don't
yes,
let us
Papa.
Okay. Joseph.
Thank you, Papa.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Papa, for today's teaching. I just wanted to know if there are some methods for grafting, some easy methods for grafting all these trees you mentioned.
Did you follow this simple one I tried to describe?
No, really. Somewhere our network was disturbing. We couldn't catch up with it. Especially when you were talking about guava.
Yeah. No, I spoke about it in detail when I was speaking about avocado. Hello? Hello? Joseph?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you grow any of the fruit trees as a seedling,
yes, sir.
Yeah, we are trying to see it in that cutting. Can you see? Are you looking at it?
Yes, sir.
Now, you see, what you have grown as your seedling, you cut it about, say, 1 foot from the pot. And then you bring the desired plant from a mature tree and make a V shape. You see how he's using his knife to cut at angles, making a V shape at the end. And then you make a slit, a longitudinal slit in the stalk, which is in your pot. And you insert the V shape you have made into the slit. So the stalk is a female. And the one you are bringing to it is the male.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has used it by the side, but you can also use it from the top. Then you bind the joining point with sellotape so that the two can stick together. I give you this, the two will blend together. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
You bandage everything. And naturally, the two things will stick together. There is a layer of the plant called the cambium. The two cambiums of the two trees will blend together. And then water and minerals from the soil will begin to flow into the male, into the stalk. From the stalk, then leaves will be produced, and the fruit that will come out will not be the fruit from the roots. It will be the fruit from the top.
Yes, sir.
So the characteristics of this plant will not be from below. It will be from where the junction is. So what you do is to take the desired crop you want from a mature tree, which is already there. And you come and fix it to the stalk from the seed you grew.
Okay, sir.
Now, once the thing has taken, you remove the sellotape or whatever you used to tie it, because naturally the two things have joined. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You can read more on it. It's very easy to do. Any
Yes,
other
doctor.
question?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, Agnes.
Yes. Thank you so much for today's lesson.
Thank God.
I just did some experiment accidentally.
Yes.
I've not yet got its conclusion. But 1.5 years ago, one of my boys that helped me at home, I instructed him to cut a stem of a flower and go and put it into in the seedlings. But he went and cut the stem of the guava tree.
Okay.
And put it in the seedlings. So and after like a week to check on the flower, I got the stem was already bringing out leaves. The guava.
Yeah, it will bring out guava leaves because the top of the combination, the top was guava.
Yes. No,
so,
he just removed the stems and put it in the soil, straight away to the soil.
Look, if he had left it on the stalk that was there, it will grow and bring out guava fruits. You
Yes,
didn't
this
need to
one,
take it and put it in the soil.
he just went and put it in the soil.
No, when he puts it in the soil again, the thing will take many years to fruit. If you had left it on top of that stalk,
Yes.
within a few years, say 2 years, you have your fruit.
Now what happened? It's after 5 months, it started bringing fruit. It started flowering.
Correct.
But,
correct,
yes,
because it came from a mature tree.
yes,
Are you
it came
getting
from
it?
yes. And this year it's also flowering. So I'm wondering, will it only continue flowering without putting fruits? Or
it's a pity that he took it away from that stock. You see, that stock will have fed it in such a way that as soon as it begins to flower, the flower will become fruit.
Okay.
You can try it again, eh?
Okay, please.
Yeah, but this time, once it has taken, don't remove it and plant it in the soil.
Okay.
It is like, let me put it this way. It is like you taking the eggs of guinea fowl, and giving them to a hen, normal hen, to brood over the guinea fowl eggs. When it is 28 days, it is guinea fowl that will hatch out, not chicken.
That's true, doctor.
I hope you get it.
Yes, doctor.
On the other hand, if you give the eggs of fowl to guinea fowl to brood upon, it is chicken that will come out, not guinea fowl.
That's true.
So practice it.
Okay, please.
Practice make it perfect.
Yes, doctor. Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you too.
Any more questions?
Yes, Daddy.
Yeah, Joseph.
I'm not actually asking a question, but I'm just trying to request for something.
Yep.
Yeah. We have currently been using Michael's account, so Michael has left for a leave of about 2 weeks, and he will not be around. So we decided to connect using another account. And now the challenge is we are not registered on the platform. So those videos and the other resources.
You are not registered on the platform?
Yes.
Bring your
because of the new account.
Oh, okay.
We use the new account.
No, but if you send me your names and phone numbers, I from my end will register you on the platform. It doesn't matter which account you use, you can download it. Okay?
Okay.
Just send me all the names and the phone numbers. Send it directly to my WhatsApp. I hope you know my number.
I don't know it.
Get it right now. Get it. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
+1.
Yes, sir.
267.
Yes, sir.
274.
Yes, sir.
83.
Yeah.
57.
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat? Let me know.
+126 727 48357.
Correct. Mike Oye.
Thank you, sir.
Send it immediately and I will register them.
Okay, sir. God bless you, sir.
God bless you. Okay, my friends, the Lord bless you. Have a wonderful weekend.
Same to you. Thank you.
Brian Manuel, the Lord bless you.
You
Amen.
too.
Bless
My
you
love to
too.
Ruth.
Greetings to sister.